Yeah, we got some wind. There's definitely like 8 to 10 miles an hour of wind right now. That's good. That's really good.
Were you telling the pilot inside?
Yeah, good job, little guy.
You looked at it.
Whew, it's crazy cold, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun in the world of RC. Today we're going to take a look at a very nice premium brushless dual rotor, or dual motor I should say, RC helicopter. This comes completely ready to fly. We featured many helicopters like this on the channel before. This is nothing that's going to be insanely different, but I do love the scale bell look. This is a beautiful looking helicopter, and like I said, the main rotor is brushless and the tail rotor is also brushless, so we're dealing with nice high quality parts compared to these like $100, $150 helicopters. Nice and quiet. Listen to it. Brushless motor means there's no gears being driven around. Now, we recently featured the Huey version of this on the channel, and Abby found an amazing coupon code for that, which made it super cheap. I mean, it was really, and it flew amazing, okay? This is pretty much the same version of that helicopter, but it comes in the Bell form, and it's just got a different sticker on it for a different company, and that's okay. We see a lot of rebranded things in the world of RC. We see a lot of rebranded things in the world of cell phones and just everything, really. It's a nice transmitter. We have visual position hold and altitude hold. You guys see, oops, my battery popped out. You guys see the camera right here. That camera is just for visual position hold, and what that does is locks in the helicopter kind of like a drone, so it can't drift around, so it makes it very easy to fly for beginners. This is what I would actually call something like one of the world's best scale beginner helicopters, if you want something that's truly hobby grade. And so in today's video, we're going to do a maiden flight of this and put some of the flight features to the test, see how it handles some light wind, and have some fun. So let's go. So people often ask before I fly this, we're at a full-scale operational runway. This is an airport, active. So how do you fly at a full-scale active runway?
Pray that they radio.
Yeah. I want to talk about an incident that just happened between us flying a toy airplane, a foam toy airplane, and someone that was full scale. They were, and I recognized their airplane and tags and stuff from a local school that teaches pilots how to get their pilot's license. There was a student and a teacher in the airplane, and I want to talk about what they did on landing and takeoff that was horribly wrong while I fly my plastic toy, and the FAA cares more about regulating my toys than whatever they just did.
I think the FAA has more on their plate at the current time than us right now.
But our tax dollars, they want you to regulate. Let's go. We have a lock switch on this, and we're going to unlock the motor, and then we go down and out, and it should start the motor. There we go.
Oh boy, love that little jump.
It's okay. And then there's throttle up a little bit. Now, let's focus on the takeoff here, okay? But then we let go of throttle, and I want to show you guys something. This is why I love helicopters like this, and I knew this one would be in the same category. So throttle up just a hair, and here we go. We got some wind. There's definitely like 8 to 10 miles an hour of wind right now. That's good. That's really good.
Were you telling the pilot inside?
Yeah, good job, little guy.
You looked at it. Okay, you're a hazard to your health. Stop.
High five, little dude. He's doing a great job.
Oh my gosh.
So now that he's going to take a nap and I want to take over the controls, we can rotate the helicopter like this. And once we start moving things around, the camera on the bottom basically turns off. It says, okay, you're in control. I'm going to stop trying to fight the wind. You do your thing, and when you take your hands off the controls, I'll lock it in place. So I'm cruising. I take my hands off the controls. It takes about a second, and it realizes it's now in control again, right? There you go. So that's how visual position hold on one of these helicopters works. Some people would say it's as easy to fly as a drone. I've seen A couple YouTubers say that it's as easy to, and it's kind of the same way. Drones, though, have a return to home feature with GPS. Otherwise, this is just a nice, easy, cruising little helicopter, Abby. This is super chill to fly, nice and quiet. Listen to it. Brushless motor means there's no gears being driven around. I like that white paint.
Hey!
Come on, it's okay.
That was
Abby,
a first.
Abby, yeah.
That was a
If
first.
you would have held still, your lens has too much zoom. Abby was looking at the helicopter through the camera.
I looked up and it was right there.
Well, nah. So we're in low rates right now, and we can kick at the high rates to fight the wind even more. So that's what I want to do. So 2 beeps means high rates, and now we can cruise around much faster and fight the wind even better. This also has the ability to do inverted flight, but because of the wind, we're not going to do any of that today because I'm not an insanely good helicopter pilot like some guys out there, and I just don't feel comfortable flying inverted. And I think that's really important to fly within your comfort zone. Now let's talk about flying within our comfort zone as we cruise around our little RC toy here, and we talk also about what just happened. I know we didn't get it on camera.
Wait, that's... Okay, there you are.
There we are. This didn't get on camera, so I'm just going to fly the helicopter around while we talk about the incident that just happened. So we had a full-scale airplane radio to land. Now, they actually radioed within about 1 mile of the airport. We were up here way long enough for them to radio in at the 5-mile time when they're supposed to, common courtesy. And if you really want to be courteous, you can radio in at about 10 miles out. So they were just within visual line of sight of the airport, very low, in fact, below the tree line, and they popped up out of nowhere, and they radioed their intentions once they saw us on the runway. Now that is a big no-no. You're not supposed to just pop up and hammer down. But their landing was a little fishy, a little sketchy too.
A little smoky.
It was very smoky, that's right. And you know, they did everything they were supposed to as far as that goes. But when you're full scale and you're coming into an active runway, unless there's like a NOTAM out or something, you're really supposed to radio your intentions within about 5 miles out. Now, it's not the end of the world if you don't, trust me. I know there's a lot of full scale guys out there that don't. I'm not shaming you or anything, but when the FAA wants to regulate toys like this, I think they also need to have better enforcement and regulation of the full scale stuff, especially when it's someone being trained how to fly full scale. Remember, this was from a school, a nearby school that is, and they normally do a really good job actually. Then on their takeoff, let's talk about their takeoff. They drifted over, you're supposed to stay over the runway. They drifted way past, toward the buildings, in an unsafe area. Now, if I was with my instructor and I was doing that because I was learning to get my full-scale pilot's license too, the instructor would hammer down his feet on those rudders and make sure that didn't drift over the way it did. It was pretty dangerous, and I didn't intend for that to happen. We weren't expecting that, so we didn't record it, but man, I kind of wish we did have it recorded just so we could show you guys. Now, this is just a student and an instructor. It's no big deal. We're just at a really tiny little fairly active runway. There's not a lot of activity here, you know. I'm not sitting here saying that's a big deal, but what makes me upset is when the FAA just has really big, awful real-life incidents where people are unfortunately getting injured and even worse, and then they want to take our tax dollars and regulate these toys. Now, to me, that's just sheer insanity, especially when it's our tax dollars. This is not some for-profit company that came out and said, you know, we're going to police how the skies are enforced and regulated. This is literally our tax dollars. So what I'm boasting here while I'm flying this around $250, $300 helicopter is that for about $100 a year, you can sign up for AMA, which is an insurance program. God forbid I fly this helicopter and it hit Abby or our car or anything like that. But if that did happen, and she had to cough there, I might cut that out. If that did happen, God forbid, AMA or the Academy of Model Aeronautics will step in and do what insurance companies are supposed to do and cover those damages, right? Or if anyone would get injured in any way. Now, not only that, but they also represent us, the hobbyists, when we're flying our toys. And they go up to bat for us, legally, regulatorily. to say, hey, FAA, I don't know if you know this, but you got a lot of full-scale stuff happening that shouldn't be happening. These are just toys. Hello. and so thank you, Tyler Dobbs, which is kind of like legal representation for the AMA.
Is he the acting president right now?
And currently is the acting president, that's right.
Or something?
Yes, so Tyler Dobbs is killing it, letting the government just reminding them that, you know, these are plastic and foam toys. You might want to spend your energy elsewhere. It's just, it's goofy to me. I hear a full scale guy and he's not radioed in. So thank you for proving my point again in the full scale world. You know, and I've been in an airplane, I'll just put it this way, 14.5 hours. I won't say any more than that. We'll do more updates soon. In the full scale world, learning and working on my pilot's license, and I have seen some stuff people get away with, just things they shouldn't get away with. And I'm not shaming them. It's fine. But I'm just saying, kind of goofy to try and regulate toys when all these crazy things are happening. So guys, this is my fingers are about to freeze off. I want to do a nice little landing here and then let you know my overall thoughts of this helicopter. Here we go. Okay, hold it down, hold it down. Nice. Check out the lights on this thing too. So the tail light on the back looks really good. We've got this indicator light that actually lets us know when it's ready for takeoff. It blinks while it's kind of binding up. And then a little light on the front of the helicopter. Can you see the white light there, Abby?
Yes.
And if you look at the battery lights on the bottom, there are 2 out of 4 that are lit up. That is, and there's another light back there, but that lets us know that our battery is only halfway used, which is very impressive for that flight time considering how cold it is out right now. So that is really cool. Now there's a couple other things. We had high and low rate. If we hit this mode, we can go inverted. But when we go upside down, we lose our visual position hold. Now we still have altitude hold, but we lose our visual position hold. And with that wind today, I just didn't want it to drift. And generally, these are pretty easy to fly. Even inverted because of the altitude hold. And then if we want to, we can fully turn off that visual position hold too and just fly totally manual controls. That's a really nice helicopter. I really like it. And if you guys are a fan too, it'll be linked in the description box below. I hate that I have to remind you about this, but it's very important not only for our channel, but anyone you like to watch and support. Turn off your ad blocker before you click the link. If you're gonna buy it through our link to support us, you know, we make a couple bucks. But if you don't turn off that ad blocker, it just kind of kills it. And if you have plugins like Honey, unfortunately PayPal owns Honey, so you're just giving $5 extra if you buy it through our link to a giant corporation, PayPal, that's just literally stomping. It's called stomping our cookies.
And not actually saving you money.
That's exactly right. So anyway, just turn those off if you would like to support us. And not only will the helicopter be linked in the description box below, but AMA, or the Academy of Model Aeronautics, who I talked about during the flight of this helicopter, will be linked below down there too. I strongly encourage that you fly with AMA. There's a lot of benefits. You get a magazine subscription, the list goes on and on and on, but it just seems really goofy not to fly with them. I want to say a massive thanks to God for blessing us with this beautiful, it's cold, but it's a nice day to get out and fly and enjoy the hobby of RC. Low winds, and just the day and life in general. I'm so grateful for him and for you guys taking the time to watch and hang out with us. Really just a huge gratitude toward life right now, and a big thanks to God for that. I want to say big thanks to our Patreon supporters too, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your insanely awesome support. Thanks to all of our Patreon supporters, from $1 to all the way at the tippy top at the above the biggest dollar amount that we offer. We are so grateful, you guys, and some of you have been supporting us for years, so we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. If you love RC helicopters, this one is amazing. It really, truly is. But maybe the price point's just a little high for you. If you want to see something a little bit more budget friendly and still really high performance, we'll have a hand-picked video popping up right about now just for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.